There are several sandwich band wallets out there, but the Bankr has been largely overlooked. So we're going to compare it to the Ridge, which is our baseline for sandwich band wallets. So stick around. Welcome to Walletopia. We appreciate you being here. Please go to walletopia.info to register. You won't regret it. And remember, Walletopia is where you go when you want to know anything and everything there is about the world of wallets, especially since we purchase all of them. Now today, we're going to do a comparison between the Bankr Stack and the Ridge band wallets. Being band wallets, both of these are aluminum in nature. We will go through and look at each of these. If we open them up from their boxes, we have the Ridge. Comes in a nice solid box. Also comes with a torque wrench because it has screws which you can use, which helps you replace anything that may go wrong, specifically the band in here. So we will set these things aside. The Bankr, it has a solid box as well, and a very slim, minimalistic looking, very clean lines on this particular wallet. It comes with an optional money clip, which slips into the slot that it has here. Okay, so that's what it provides. Set that aside. So let's put some cards and cash in these, shall we? Just for comparison. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take 8 cards and put these in both. They both have a beveled lip, which allows cards to go in very easily, which it does on the Ridge. 8 here as well. And for the Bankr, it also has a bevel on the end here, and it goes in very easily there as well. So they both slip in there. You can see how well they look and how they function. Let's look at the cash. Take 3 slips of cash for each. We will fold it over twice and slip it under the band, which is the cash holding mechanism for the Ridge. It also comes in a clip. For the Bankr, you have an option of the clip. That's what you have. And so as you can tell, very common in how it holds and comparable how it holds cash. All right, now we're going to do a side-by-side comparison between the two. So let's take a look. If we remove the cash here, so we can get it out of the way, we can see that the Bankr is very clean, minimalist implementation, no way to disconnect the front plate from the back plate. If we take these out here, we can get a look here. What we're seeing is that the elastic that goes through the channel here in the Bankr, there is no mechanism to actually separate the front and the rear plate of this to show a way that you could take it apart and replace it if it actually failed. And in talking with the company, there isn't. It's done. But they will give you a 50% discount on it if you want to order another one. So that is the Bankr. Again, very clean lines on this. The stretch weave band has a lot of life in it, apparently. They have great backing on it and great confidence in its capabilities. Like I said, if it breaks or loses its stretch, your only option is to contact Bankr and get another one. The Ridge, on the other hand, it comes with a torque wrench. These visible screws, obviously, on the outside. And so with those visible screws, that gives you the idea, and you would be correct to know that you can replace this stretch elastic in here if anything goes wrong. And I can show a video up top that you can click through that actually has a disassembling a Ridge. Do you understand how that works in there? It's all one piece of elastic, even as it connects to this outside. But if the elastic goes kaput, then you're able to use the torque wrench, take this apart, and insert a new elastic in there. We looked at how cards go into the wallet, so let's just take 4 here and we'll put them in. This is the front of the Bankr that goes in here. Now, one thing that you'd notice here is there is no elastic backstop anywhere except on the sides. Now, a lot of companies think that you need a backstop, otherwise cards can slip out. Well, the fact is it's held in place, and it's really like a deck of cards. The advantage here is that to get your cards out, you can push them this way. This is where they come out, have access. But conversely, if you wanted to, I guess you could push it from the other side, and you can grab them and pull them out from this side. So it has a method of getting cards in and out from both sides, which is convenient if you want that functionality, but I don't think it risks cards coming out either way. I think you can get the cards out. So with the ridge, let's take the 4 cards we have and let's put it in the front. Again, beveled opening, very smooth, goes in, and it does have an elastic backstop here to prevent cards from pushing through. I mean, you can't push the cards through, that just won't work. And of course your extraction is using your little thumb here, push to get in there, your finger push, and get access to your cards. So there is some safety in that, if that is something you like, but that is the difference of how you have cards within these 2 wallets. Now let's talk about the money clip a bit. The money clips on both of these. It is optional with the Bankr. We can just take it out just like that. And we can put it in just like that. But as you noticed how it, ooh, yeah. If you can see that, I did kind of scratch it up a bit, but it actually comes out very nicely. But it is a optional, which I like the optional aspect of this. I don't want to be forced to have a money clip all the time. And when you put it in there, it holds onto the elastic on the interior really tight. Now, if you don't have this money clip on and you pull the cards out and you decide to put it in one of these other channels back here, it can become really floppy, meaning it's loose and it would come out, and then it becomes a problem if you're trying to put cash in. If you push cash too hard, you know, it will come out. It's not integral to the wallet itself, which I think is, in my mind, an advantage of the ridge. So the ridge comes with a cash strap, or it comes with a clip, and it is integrated to the wallet itself. So there's no chance that it will accidentally come out, fall out, or give you grief that way. By way of options, color options, those kinds of things of these wallets, these are aluminum, and so both the Bankr, let's take a look. The Bankr provides 16 different colors and pattern options for their wallets. Some of them are really quite fun to look at. I really like that. The Ridge provides 3 different wallets based on materials. This one is aluminum, and so within the aluminum you have colors, you have a couple patterns that are available to you, and so aluminum provides greater diversity in different colors, patterns as you saw, than you'd get with, let's say, the other material-based ones with Ridge, which are titanium, carbon fiber, and so forth. Now let's look at the measurements quickly. One that I wanted to point out was the thickness here. So let's look at the thickness of the Bankr. Thickness of the Bankr, 0.3. Okay, 0.3 inches. The Ridge, 0.2. So the Ridge overall is smaller by way of its thickness than the Bankr. But the Bankr really actually feels more solid than the Ridge. I don't know why, it feels more solid, but it's probably because of the weight. Because the weight of the stacker is 72 grams, whereas the Ridge is 59 grams. So this has more density to it than the Ridge. And you know, if you like something that feels more solid in your hands, then the Bankr is definitely something to look at there versus the Ridge. Now the price on these two, the Bankr is $65 and the Ridge is $75. So whether that is a deciding factor for you, considering they're so close, you'd have to think about that a little more. From a usability perspective, I find them both to be very competent. But like the solid feel of the Bankr, oh, probably a little bit more, but the final decision on purchase will likely come down to preference of look, design. Functionality is largely the same except for that cache operation that we talked about. And so now let's compare the scores. As you see, they all compare very equally across the board. Usability was a little off for the Bankr due to the money clip, but that is really it. And so from a final score perspective, if the money clip had been really a little stronger in its presentation for the Bankr, I think its final score would have also been a 35. And so the Ridge as it stands is 35 and the Bankr is 32. Thanks for looking at both of these with us. I think in the end, they're very capable and either one would do you well. Again, it comes down to preference. We hope you enjoyed the comparison. Look at these videos, give us some questions in the comments below, and we'll talk to you again. Thanks, bye.